welcome to Modular World. My name is John O'Wells, and you made it, man. You made it to the broadcast. And I've got to say that this is our second show with the two-artist format show, and I'm really enjoying it. I get to work very closely with the artists. I get to curate a very different experience for you guys. I can curate two very different artists, two very similar artists. We can kind of make a statement with a style or a genre. So, for example, this show, I have two very different artists, but, you know, there's some similarities. They both are doing their own thing, dancing to the beat of their own drum. They're both metalheads, which is an interesting point. We're not going to hear metal today, but anyway. And our first artist, you know, let's just get right to it. Our first artist is, he's become a friend of mine. His name is Behrouz Farahani, and he comes from Iran. And I met him on the first anniversary show, and then he's played the Noise Patch Challenge show, and I think one other one. Anyway, today he's performing solo as Bernisaun, and he has a very interesting life in Iran, working for film and working for documentaries, doing his own mixing and mastering service. And he just released a new single called Mountains that's linked below. He'll talk about his new album, which he's going to release soon. Just as a note, all the links, all the information to all the artists or the two artists who are playing today are below. Links to social, links to Bandcamp. Please find a way to support these artists and at least follow them if you have a moment. One last word. The show is member supported. If you have a moment to stop by Patreon, please do. And let's get this going with Bernisaun from Iran. My friends, this is Beruz Farahani, who performs as Bernisaun. My friend, it's so good to have you back.
It's you.
I think the
Thank
last
you.
time that you were on the show, it was for the anniversary show. Is that right? The first anniversary.
Yes, yes, but I perform in the patch noise patch.
Oh, you were on the noise show. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yes, the patch,
Right.
white noise.
And when you were on the anniversary show, you played with your partner,
Yes, yes, tachar. I
Tach
have
Chach. I was
yes, we
so
have
I was so proud to be able to pronounce it correctly. Tach Chach.
tachar,
Tach
tach.
Chach. Anyway, now you are performing solo as Bernisaun.
Yes,
Tell
we
us
have that
about.
project.
Sorry.
We have that project too, and we release their new album soon.
Nice.
Tachar.
Yeah,
Yes.
man, he's a great guy. I really look forward to seeing you both do that again. But now you're performing as Bernisaun. So what's going on with that project? What's the latest?
I perform live and recorded, and my album released in Bandcamp, and my solo album, new album, as you see, named Mountains, released, and I used piano sounds, and I designed my own piano sound.
Mm-hmm.
I use my stuff and
Mm-hmm.
design my ambient stuff. I like it so much, and I release it.
And you just put this single out like 2 weeks ago, or
Yes, I
yeah,
like it single. Yes, I like my album single, just single.
yeah, yeah.
But my new album is I have my new album released maybe 2 weeks later. I have 3 track.
Oh, okay,
This is EP.
okay. That first
Yeah.
track, please, people listening, follow the link. Okay, that first track, I must have played that like 15 times. Just like hearing something new each time. It's such a deep track. Definitely highly recommended. Can you tell us how long you've been making music in your life and how it worked out to you making electronic
I
music
think
here?
25 years. As you see, this is from my childhood.
It's a
This
classic.
Casio, yes, this is from childhood. I think I have 3 years old, as you see. This one is two. This for my 7 years old. HT 30,000 Casio. It's my 7 years old.
Wow.
I live with music. I don't know when I start, and I covered JMJ, Jean-Michel Jarre when I was child. I don't like cover the music, and I am a drum player too, metalhead when I was younger, and I am a music archiver. And in Iran, we have lots of problem with music, and the stuff is not in the hands. It's you know it's hard to get the CD or tape. You know.
What are some of the challenges of making music in Iran?
Yes, so many music banned in Iran, and the stream is from the government. You know, the stream is from government. You know, the way is so hard. But nowadays it's better. We can make a music, and I have so many perform in Iran, in the cafe, in the Shiraz, in another city in Iran. I have so many performance in Iran. So many people in Iran performing electronic music. As you know, we have the label in Iran, Noise on Noise.
What changed where music was banned and now you can play it out? What happened?
I don't know. This is political things.
So
I
suddenly
don't
they
know.
said, today it's okay, you can play electronic music.
Not okay. We can't play in the streets, or we can't perform on the stage, you know? Free. You can't. You just maybe in the cafe, in the some place, and a few people coming and hear that, you know, not big place and the stage electronic music. This is, I don't know why.
So what kind of music is allowed on the big stages?
Pop music, they stream from the government, the way is from government. Pop music, cheap pop music. It's very, very bad quality. But some of the old Persian music is good singer. Old Persian music is good. Really, really in classical, contemporary music, Philip Glass, Shostakovich, and in metal music, black metal music, Mayhem, and heavy metal, Motorhead, lots of metal music.
I see you wearing the Lemmy t-shirt. That's not lost on me.
Yeah. I live between the sea and jungle in north of Iran. My studio is in north of Iran. I live in Tehran, but nowadays I move into north of Iran. I recorded some sound and effected, and I handle the effect live. All of the sound is recorded live, but some noises recorded from around of my place.
So you do a lot of field recordings around where you live, and you combine that in your recordings, right? Can you tell us
But
about...
I put some effect.
Sorry?
I put some effected and handle it live.
Right, okay.
Yes, I record the sound of leaves, record some sounds of the sounds of seas, and the jungles.
What kind of sounds are in the jungles?
Sticks when I'm walking.
Musically, what are your dreams for the future? There's that smile. I love that smile.
Thank you. I wanna expand my YouTube channel and so many clips and idea and so many collaboration with new artists and new sounds and new albums coming with more track in it, not just single. I'm getting older and need more support.
Yeah, I understand.
I am
So when you talk about collaborations, who would you like to work with?
collaboration. I want a collaboration with everyone who want to
So nobody
who want to
specific then.
collaborate.
Yeah. Okay. So nobody specific. Here's the
Who
call.
collaborate with me.
Sorry.
Who want to collaborate with me.
Okay. So here's the call today. Bernisaun is looking for collaborators. Beruz, thanks for joining us again on this show. I'm just so glad to know you, man, and to have you as a friend.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me.
You're a
I
good man.
really happy to know you and really miss you.
Yeah. I'd love to come out there and see you, man. Someday.
Yes. 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 It's really great there. This is jungle behind me.
Oh, God. This is freeway next to me. Slightly different. Okay, my friend. We will talk soon.
Thank you.
Wonderful stuff from a wonderful human being. Beruz, I'm just glad to know you. Thanks for being on the show once again, man. Okay, let's shift gears majorly. Our next artist, Kayla Black, performs as KAOS, and I'm gonna flip the script a little bit with this one, and we're gonna have the interview before the performance. I have my reasons. It's not a big deal. Anyway, Kayla is brand new to modular synthesis, and but she's not new to the EDM scene. And when I talk about growing community and bringing modular synthesis to the greater electronic music community, I think it's this kind of hybrid artists, who can bring that kind of attention to, a little bit of the echo chamber, which we've got. Like, we love to perform for each other, and I know for most of us that's enough. But this community will grow if we can welcome a bigger electronic music community. So that's been my goal on this channel. I think you guys know that. One small note is Kayla has this amazing Instagram feed, which I mentioned in our interview. And this last week she got hacked and lost all of it. So it's a shame because it was a lot of good stuff, which I saw, and that's why she's on the show. Anyway, she has a new Instagram channel. It's linked below. Please help her get this channel started and give her a follow today. Lots to talk about, and let's just get right to it with Kayla Black. Good. Man, okay. I'm scrolling Instagram. I see these colors coming off my screen. I'm like, what the fuck? So I look at more of your posts, and I'm like, let's just start with the colors, please. What's going on in this wonderful studio?
Oh, I just love art. I love trippy art, obviously. Big into color therapy. I wear a lot of colors. There's colors all over my house. Like, I'm not a minimalist, black and white, gray type of neutral. There's no neutral going on anywhere in my house. It's all colors. It's just you feel it,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I walk into your room, there's pinks and blues, and like it's more uplifting than a neutral color. So I basically set out to find some wickedly trippy, colorful, tapestry to put behind my setup.
Dope.
And I came across Brian, Psychedelic Poorhouse. Check him out. He's all UV tapestries. And then I just went gung ho basically. I covered my ceiling. I got canopy. Every wall's covered. I even got a rug here.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, if you're not following right now, just like don't even hesitate. All the all the links are below for all the artists. You've got to see what she's posting. She's posting awesome stuff constantly. This is my girl right here. Okay. Sorry, we started with studio stuff. I'm just excited. Okay.
Oh, no.
So, welcome to the show. here's the proper welcome. Sorry. Let's try again. Welcome to the show. You're so awesome. Okay.
Thanks
Tell
for
us.
having
Oh, come on. All right. Tell us about how you got into music. What's going on? How you got here? What's the journey?
Yeah, so I started listening to bass music, or it was like dubstep back then, more so in 2010. Basically, I'm a big metalhead. There was a metal guy, Sonny Moore. He started Skrillex. It's the first
Of
time I ever
course.
listened to it. So I kind of went
Mm-hmm.
that way
Mm-hmm.
and been listening ever since.
Mm-hmm.
I just love it. It's so dancey, like, and it's kind of heavy. It's just a way of like letting out all your emotions. And I just love to dance to it. It's almost like thrash dancing, kind of, but not as much because, again, I'm a metalhead. It's kind of like the metal of electronic music, I
Oh,
say.
okay. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. So yeah, I've been into it for so long. I taught myself music production from courses on Udemy back in August, not this past August, the year before, so 2021 August. Uh, started taking Udemy courses,
What is this
Ableton.
Udemy? What's that?
Oh my God, it's amazing. It's an app. It's also a website, but it literally has all kinds of courses. They're like $13. They're hours long, amazing material. It's videos, and
Wow.
it's amazing. Like
Okay.
I learned
That's so cool.
Ableton masterclass. Yeah, Jason Allen is amazing. Check out his courses, Intro to Music Production,
Wow.
Drum Programming, Sound Design. I taught myself all that on Udemy for probably under $100. And you have access to the courses you can always refer back to. So taught myself that. Then I start producing music in the computer, basically to make these bass sounds. You're using a virtual synthesizer. Serum's the most popular. It's just, I mean, it's cool. Like you got the passion for it. It's cool. You can do all of that in a computer.
Yeah.
But I found myself, the types of sounds I wanted to make requires like resampling, where you're like recording yourself, twisting knobs for long periods of time, which then you have to re-listen to and find bits and pieces that may be good. You might find a few pieces in a 20-minute recording. It's really dull. It's dulling to the creative process.
Mm-hmm.
So I sought out how to make these nasty bass sounds on a hardware synth. It doesn't exist. There's no hardware synth that makes these types of sounds. So, and I was on a Reddit post asking, somebody was actually asking the same question I had, how to make neuro bass sounds on hardware. And everybody was being so annoying. They were like, you have to do it in a computer. You can't do it on hardware, blah, blah. And then there was one Angel, if you know who you are, thank you, that posted about Loquelic Icaritas by Noise Engineering. I heard one demo and I fell in love.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm so in love with Loquelic. Loquelic is my baby.
Me
Makes
too,
the
man.
nastiest.
We talked about this. I
The
love that.
juiciest. Oh, yes. It never goes anywhere above like a second octave. It's always like a one or two. Just so
Super
ooh.
nasty.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Oh, yes. All the synthesis modes. There's so much you can do with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I then fell down the rabbit hole, which is modular synthesis.
Right. Right.
So it's only been a year and a couple months since I've been doing this. I bought Loquelic on January 26th of last year. I bought a rack and then Loquelic and the Maestro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Had no sequence or nothing. I just plugged all the channels of Maestro up into Loquelic, even the pitch, just modulating the hell out of it. And ooh, I was like, oh my God. I just saw the power, like what I could create in such a short amount of time. It would take someone so long to make that in a computer, if you could even try to replicate what is on it. Which
Right.
If you get their plugin they made of Loquelic.
I think there's a world of people just starting. I talk to them a lot, and there's a lot of intimidation of getting into all of it. And I just sense like none of that with you. It's like, I'm taking courses, I'm learning it. I've been doing, I mean, girl, you are killing it.
Dove right in.
One year, my God.
Yeah,
I was completely worthless 1 year in. I was really liking it, but I wasn't making any music. It was very interesting, and I was like completely lost. You're like murdering after 1 year. Cheers, man.
I love it. It's found my true purpose, and I have the passion I have is so body You know,
Yeah,
you
I
just,
mean, you can feel it. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, it's everything. Oh,
Um,
yeah.
what's your plan for releasing and playing live? I want to hear
Yes.
it. I want to hear it all.
Yes, I'm just getting into some official things. I actually have at least two, probably three singles I've already recorded. I just have to arrange it a little better. And then I'll probably have somebody mix and master it for me
Mm-hmm.
just because mastering, I'm not there yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have, definitely two singles that will be released in the next at least 3 months
Mm.
tops.
Mm.
So I'm really excited about them. There's some bangers. I'm super excited. There's clips of them on my SoundCloud, but it's in longer mixes.
Mm-hmm.
So performing live, I'm actually just getting ready. I just purchased this beautiful 6-channel mixer.
God damn it.
This is wild. I'm a mastermind. I have 5 lines coming out of my total rack. So there's 2 lines coming out of this, 2 lines coming out of this, and then 1 out of this one,
Mm-hmm.
all coming into here. And then my drums on the machine go into 1 channel.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be mixing 5 synth lines live where I'll have, and like I use cockpits and the 1U.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll have like multiple oscillators. So like for one song, I might have like 5 oscillators I'm mixing back and forth. And then I can have the next song with those oscillators in the same cockpits. And then I'm just like muting them as I switch between the songs.
Right. Right.
During the song, I'm just playing, I'm mixing the oscillators. So it's completely live sound generation, mixing, all 100% live.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant.
So the cool thing is that no 2 of my sets will ever be identical because I'm using stochastic. I just set the key and the note lengths into what I want and whatever parameter I want for that specific song. And it's just churning out. Usually I have it married to rings. I have 3 rings and it's married to the rings because it just starts churning out amazing. Because then I just pump rings full of modulation and it's just making all these wild sounds, which then I can mix with my bass. Yes, I will be the first and only person to play live bass music. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be 100% live.
That's such a, I don't know, that's kind of a big deal, man.
No, I'm so excited about it. I really am. I'm kind of high maintenance because, I take up a lot of room with all my gear. I'm going to have to lug it around everywhere, which is not what everyone else has to do.
When we met last time, you showed me how you made this attachment like to your 7U. Like, would you mind showing us that?
Yeah.
That's
oh my
so
God.
cool.
Literally the worst project I've ever done.
Yeah, but I can't do anything like this. It's so good.
Okay, so I got a jigsaw and cut some pieces of metal. I actually found someone else on Reddit that did this. So I just did what they said. Exactly.
But you did it, bro. I can't
I did. There's like bushings in between. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there's bushings in between so it doesn't scrape the rack. Yeah, that's on both sides. Obviously, I'm not going to make it over there, but
that's so cool, man.
Yeah, IntelliGel, if you ever watch this, can you please make an attachment?
Yeah. Just a 1-row adapter. I've got same thing. Like, yeah.
It's just from the 3U to the 7U.
I know.
Or the 4U to 7U.
Yeah. They should see that. You know what?
People want it too.
Let's make sure they do, man. Let's find a way.
They even asked IntelliGel support about it. And they just said they don't have anything available. So hopefully enough people get into it and get interested enough. And they do it.
I think that's a great idea. Regarding Laquelic and sound design and coming up with stuff that's never been heard, what are some sounds that you'd like to make which you haven't made yet or you've heard that you want to try to figure out?
Oh my gosh. I don't even know because I'm so satisfied with everything I have. I really
That's great.
Other than Laquelic, I have other oscillators I use for bass design and I don't have any empty gaps really. I've set out to fill all those gaps. So I'm very happy with my setup.
When we talked last week, you were showing me those finger controller things. Can you show us again?
Yes. So This is 2.4 sync instruments of things. They're motion sensor bracelets. Technology is mind blowing. So there's a little antenna here. Not sure if you can see it. I'll bring you over. There's an antenna there. And I can basically use these bracelets to control literally anything that I want in my rack. So awesome, super fun, all kinds of cool stuff. So I love vowel speech synthesis plates.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna control the timbre and the morph. So making some really nasty like vowel formant sounds,
Dope.
glitchy stuff. Yeah.
And then, so there was the finger one or the hands one, and then there was other stuff.
Yeah, this one. So I'm actually doing a demo today for Playtronica Touch Me.
Dope.
And you can use this. I mean, you can play, it's basically MIDI. So I'll use my MIDI to CV converter. And basically it creates like a wave from biometric feedback that you can use to control whatever you want. So I'm actually going to use a glass of water, and by sticking my finger in the water and like dropping and then also touching this, it will make a signal that I can use to control whatever I want. I haven't decided what I'm doing, but it's going to be cool. Yes. I'm just getting started.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it feels like, you know, like you're just getting started. And you've got a community of people behind you who are going to be now educated on bass music.
Woo!
Oh my God. All right, my friends, this is Kayla Black, who you're going to see perform right now as KAOS. that's our show. And thank you so much for hanging out. I've gotten really good feedback for the 2-artist format. And if you've got anything to say or tell me about it, I'd love to hear it. I'm not doing an anniversary show this year. I'm sorry. That would be next month in May. And just honestly, the thought of it and going forward and doing it is just something that's a bridge too far for me right now. So no anniversary show this year. I'm sorry. I just can't do it, you guys. I can't do it. But I will tell you, there's 2 patch challenge shows that are in the works, and they're both going to be killer. And you'll find out about those as soon as they're public. And I have a great show in May. So stay tuned, and we'll see you next time on Modular World.